This week was supposed to be India's big AI moment. We're talking about a massive summit in New Delhi with heads of state, top ministers, and hundreds of AI heavyweights all gathered to see India's tech brilliance. But instead of just glowing press, the headlines were completely dominated by something else. Instead, right in the middle of this prestigious global event, this was the story that blew up. Controversy rocks AI summit, university thrown out for fake claims. It's a pretty jarring headline to say the least.
So, that's the big question we're digging into today. How did a moment of national pride get totally derailed by a scandal involving a fake robot dog? Let's break down exactly what went down.
Okay, so the story kicks off with one university and its star attraction, an exhibit that was supposed to be a symbol of progress, but it quickly became the source of a huge controversy.
So meet Orion. This was a robotic dog shown off by Galgotias University. It was doing all this cool stuff at their pavilion, sitting, dancing, the whole shebang. And it got a ton of media attention. I mean, even the Indian government and the IT minister were posting pictures of it, celebrating what they thought was a homegrown innovation. And the university? Well, they were making a pretty bold and clear claim. They said that this impressive piece of tech was developed right there, at their own center of excellence. A huge statement, right? Especially on a global stage.
But you know how it goes. The truth always has a way of coming out. And this is where the story pivots from this triumphant showcase to, well, a tale of two very different dogs.
Was it really their invention? That's the question that a bunch of internet sleuths started asking. As Orion got more and more famous, people started taking a closer look, and what they found was, yeah, not what the university had claimed at all. Okay, just look at this side by side. It shows you just how fast this whole thing fell apart. On the left, you've got Orion being passed off as this unique Indian-made marvel. But on the right, that's the reality. It's actually a Go 1 model from a Chinese company called Unitree. You can literally go online and buy one right now for about $1,600. They just imported it and tried to pass it off as their own. Wow.
So once the cat was out of the bag, the whole situation just escalated incredibly fast. Let's look at how this lie completely unraveled in just a couple of days.
I mean, look at how fast this thing collapsed. On day one, it's all praise, it's all official government photos. By day two, the internet has already figured it out and exposed the truth. Then, that same afternoon, a university official goes on camera and makes this just disastrous attempt to defend it. And by day three, the government literally pulls the plug. They cut the power to their booth and kick the university right out of the summit. What a spectacular public flameout.
And the university's attempt to explain this? Oh, it was almost as unbelievable as the initial claim. Instead of just apologizing, an official tried to argue it was all a big communication error, a mix-up between the words develop and development. Yeah, as you can probably guess, nobody was buying that.
And here's the thing. This wasn't just a one-off mistake. This same university was also showing off a drone, claiming it was end-to-end engineered by them. But surprise, surprise, a little digging showed it looked identical to a South Korean model that you can just buy off the shelf. So this really points to a pattern of deception, not just some simple mix-up. So after all that drama, the university finally coughed up an apology. And their official line? They threw an ill-informed representative under the bus, saying that in her enthusiasm of being on camera, she gave out factually wrong information. They tried to make it about one person's mistake, not a deliberate attempt by the university to mislead everyone. But here's what's so frustrating about this whole story. All of this drama, all this noise, it completely drowned out the real, genuinely groundbreaking innovation that was happening just a few feet away at the exact same summit. Because while the world was having a laugh about this fake robot dog, there was a real, legitimately Indian-made RoboDog right there in the building. Yep, this is Extra Robotics. They're a startup that came out of IIT Kanpur just last year, and they developed the Swan M2, which is actually India's very first commercial four-legged robot. This is the legitimate homegrown innovation that should have been getting all the attention.
And you know, it wasn't just about flashy robots. There were startups there using AI to solve some really serious life and death problems.
Take Big O Health, for example. This company was started by a man who actually lost his mother to cancer. His startup is now using AI to analyze tons of data, patient records, past cases, global studies, all to suggest the best possible treatment plan for cancer patients. I mean, this is the kind of meaningful, life-changing work that really defines India's AI scene.
So you might be thinking,
Why does one university's lie matter so much? Well, the damage goes way beyond just a single embarrassing moment.
The real harm here isn't just about embarrassment. It's that this scandal basically gave the world a reason to doubt India's capabilities. So instead of seeing headlines about awesome startups like Extra Robotics or Big O Health, the global story became about a fake robot dog. It completely overshadowed all the legitimate achievements we just talked about.
And that brings up a really serious question of accountability, right? I mean, obviously the university is to blame, but they weren't the only ones who played a part in this mess.
Yeah, let's not forget, India's own I2 ministry was hyping this up. They were posting about the robot, celebrating it before they knew the facts. Now, they did delete the post later, but it really makes you wonder about their whole vetting process. You can't just take money and give someone a spot at a major summit without doing at least a little bit of homework.
And that leaves us with the final and most critical question. Look, this whole incident has cast a pretty dark shadow, but India's AI ecosystem is absolutely packed with genuine talent and amazing ideas. The big challenge now is making sure that those real stories of innovation are way, way louder than the noise of the fakes.